Alright, listen. I'm not a big anime guy, but recently I have been on an anime binge. I would take this opportunity whenever I finish uploading a video and just go off and just watch whatever show that I've been recommended. I mean, yeah, I've been watching some Peak lately, you know, Megalobox, Cowboy Bebop, Vinland Saga, Kaiju number 8, all 3 seasons of Rent-A-Girlfriend. Before, I was not even a casual anime guy. I was more of a basic anime viewer. All I watch, as you can tell from my channel before, is just Dragon Ball and Naruto. That's all there was for me to watch. And yeah, I was pretty happy, but I decided to expand my taste to become the average casual anime viewer, and I've been watching a bunch, and it's got me thinking of scenarios of what would it be like if I was in that anime world, you know, whether I survive or not. I'll be going over a list of animes of whether or not I can survive. Ready? Let's go. My Hero Academia is, for those that live under the rock, is an anime where in this world 80% of the population has gained superpowers, and they're called quirks. And these quirks can range from stretchy eyes to becoming invisible or having at least a firebending power. I don't know about you guys, but sounds kind of fire, no pun intended. But out of all the anime worlds I want to be in, I don't think this is the best options. There's nothing wrong with it. Sure, you can get powers, but you're not gonna get what you're gonna get. That's what people are expecting. Everyone's expectations are way too high for this show, thinking that they're gonna get a Bakugo power or whatever, maybe at least a fire, ice type of power, the generic powers. But you gotta think for yourself. There are millions of people with quirks. Highly doubt that you're gonna get a majestic S-tier quality power. You're most likely gonna get, for all I know, you might get a quirk that just charges the battery, or worst case scenario, you end up being the 20% and not gain any powers at all. I believe this show misleads you into thinking you want to be in this world because this show is showing us the best of the best students in this hard to get in school, except for Mineta, because you know, any guys with sticky balls can get in. If I did end up in this world, this is an easy survival. Maybe, I'm just saying, I might end up getting a god tier quirk, just to humbly say. Dragon Ball has got to be the anime of anime. It's basically your rapper's favorite rapper. Everyone back then as a kid would scream and strain themselves until they pass out to achieve Super Saiyan. Dragon Ball has a diverse fan base. There's the power scalers, the Goku meat writers, like myself, the gym lifters. But if I end up being in the Dragon Ball world, I'd be a victim to these attacks by these god villains. Remember when Piccolo told Majin Buu that he bet he won't eliminate everyone on Earth before he gets to fight against Gotenks? Imagine yourself eating a bowl of Lucky Charms and you just found the perfect YouTube video just to watch with it. And the next thing you know, you're in the afterlife because of a bluff. If I was training alongside with the Z Fighters, there's no way I can catch up with these guys, especially as a human, but I take my chances and take the Yamcha route and become the baseball player. This is a world I can't survive in. Even if I mind my own business, I still end up being dead. Of course, Dragon Ball being my goated anime, I wouldn't live, but there is another goated anime I just mentioned earlier where I might have a high chance of surviving. I'll take the chances, and that is Naruto. Is a bit of a toss-up, I will say. The Naruto world is full of ninjas, and you could become one too, and explore the world with your friends and take on these missions. It sounds pretty cool if you have plot armor. If you're not Naruto or any of the main cast, yeah, you're cooked. Even if you are part of the main cast and you're still not Naruto, then you're cooked anyways. Almost every time period of Naruto is dangerous. You want to be in Boruto? Yeah, deal with these aliens. Shippuden, take on the Akatsuki and get recruited for the Great Ninja War. Pre-Shippuden, Orochimaru's next victim. I mean, I can hold my own, but if my next mission I conveniently stumble across Itachi and Kisame, it's time for me to wrap it up. Ever since I was younger, I would practice these hand signs, and if I was in the Naruto world, I am more than ready to throw up a set. Aside from the villains and the huge amount of plot armor you have to get by, but the overall world is beautiful, I will say. I mean, you get a lot of freedom even at the young age of 12, I believe, and yeah, I would say this would be a medium difficulty of survival. Fire Force is indeed a fire show. I watched both seasons back to back. It's amazing, but if you're considering living in this world, what is wrong with you? For those that have never seen Fire Force, the world is literally set on fire, and it takes place in the Tokyo Empire, which is somewhat stable because of events where people would randomly combust into flames and turn into these fire monsters called Infernals. That is where the Fire Force comes into play, and they deal with these incidents. There's a whole reason why these random combustions happen, but to keep it spoiler free, it's because they are first generations. The later gens such as 2 and 3 would develop these fire powers without combusting, and they still have their human form. First of all, I'm not living in this world where someday I may randomly combust and catch on fire, or someone in my family would catch on fire and attack us. I would be in constant paranoia. It's just not the ideal world anyone would want to live in. I'm not surviving. But moving on to Pokemon is the best world anyone can ask for. You can travel around the world and leave your family at 10 years old. Yeah, I don't know how that's legal, but in the world of Pokemon, that's okay. And I can imagine the feeling of throwing a Pokeball and catching a Pokemon and fighting at a gym. Dude, I'm already geeking out talking about it. The only downside of this choice is the possibility of a legendary Pokemon or a god type of Pokemon potentially destroying the world, or meeting a Hypno or a Typhlosion. Yeah, maybe it's best not to think about it too much. But regardless, this is an easy survival. Let's get it. Solo Leveling is an amazing show. To explain the world, it's basically where hunters who possess supernatural abilities fight off against these monsters that threatens humanity caused by these portals, which are also known as dungeons. But in order to become a hunter, they must evaluate you once you awaken, your abilities, and determine what rank you will get. And whatever rank you will get, this is what you get for the rest of your life. And there is no way of improving your rank. If you get E rank, the lowest to be ranked in, then that's what you get. But fortunately for our main character, Sung Jinwoo gets a chance and was chosen by the system after his whole team got brutally annihilated by the dungeon, and was given the ability to level up his strength and unlock new abilities he's never had. Jinwoo later turns from the weakest E rank hunter in the world to one of the strongest hunters to have ever lived. This is a world I wouldn't take my chances living in. I mean, if my abilities that I awaken turn me into a C rank or better, then maybe I will consider it, but anything lower than that, it's better for me to put the fries in the bag and drop the hunting career. And even being a hunter, if you're C rank or lower, you still struggle to make ends meet if you're not recruited to be part of a plan. But overall, I'm not surviving. What anime would you rather be in? A harem doesn't sound too bad, you freaky gooners. But anyways, thanks for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.